Another long road trip, I think. And Fort Lewis was, I think, stronger than the first time we played them. So we needed to be a little more efficient with what we were doing. Had some really great plays, good transitions. A little bit up and down for us, though. So we tried to improve on that for Friday against Colorado College. And I think we came out strong. They're a good, athletic, strong Division III team. So I felt great about the way we played on Friday against Colorado College.
And looking ahead, split some time at home, start off with Westminster tomorrow, and then head on the road to CSU Pueblo. Both kind of convincing wins from the previous time that you met, but like you said, Fort Lewis was stronger the second time around. So what can you expect out of those two teams this time?
Yeah, I think they're all fighting to get in the tournament. So nobody's going to just lay down and say we're done. I think for us, again, what we always focus on is the fact that we want to better our game each time we go out, be it practice against an opponent. So we're just looking to improve on the things that we're inputting during practice every day and just make stronger connections with each other.
Questions?
With the season kind of winding down, you guys got 2 weekends left: Wednesday, Westminster; Sunday, CSU Pueblo; and then another UCCS and Regis trip, where you guys have to kind of get right this weekend with Westminster and CSU Pueblo to kind of be peaking into that last weekend of the regular season in the all-19.
I think probably just doing the basics right and executing our plays and our transitions and our rides and clears, and just working together so we can build more chemistry for those not bigger games, but the next 4 games.
Like TJ said, I think we've been doing a really good job, especially after our Florida trip, picking up our pace and just really getting our foundations down. So just keeping up on those and just honing them in before, especially next week against Regis and UCCS.
And for you, Shannon, what's this season kind of been like, coming in as a freshman and kind of becoming that bona fide starter who's been, I believe, starting every game except maybe 1 or 2 this season? What's the process kind of been like coming into college and really kind of taking command of the defense in that position in goal?
It's been exciting. It's definitely a new experience, getting used to the speed of the game, just with a whole new team, just with that experience that they've had compared to high school. It's been a big learning curve, mentally, physically. It's a lot more than I'm used to, but it's a challenge that I've taken on and I'm excited to keep doing for the next 3 years. So yeah.
And each weekend the defense seems to be getting more comfortable with you, and that kind of with you communicating. How has it kind of been learning and gaining that chemistry with some of those upperclassmen like Kelsey and everybody else on the defense, Amber, Tess? What's it kind of been like getting that chemistry with everybody?
It's been a lot of fun, actually. It's been cool to see how people have been growing throughout the season, and just seeing people's personalities on the field, and just having fun on the field with them, and just learning their personality. Yeah, basically.
And then offensively, TJ, you and Melanie have really started to step up in the last couple weekends. Mel had 8 goals last Thursday, and it seems like that's been one of the biggest progressions for this offense, was you guys getting comfortable and letting everybody else kind of play freely around you. Would you kind of agree with that sentiment, and how do you think that you two have elevated your game?
I think that we work well together. Well, we're roommates, so it's easy to have a good connection on the field. But I think all of the attack is really starting to form great connections, and that's really helping us as well, getting to know how everyone likes to play and what they like to do. And so that's been really good.
And then, coach, at the draw control center, Allie Bryant really taking a step forward this season. I believe she actually is starting to lead the team, or is second or third in total draw controls. What has she kind of brought to this team?
Yeah, I think Allie brings a really competitive spirit, and I think these two sitting next to me are both great role models, as well, as far as off the field putting time in to make our team better, to make themselves better. And I think Allie has that competitive spirit, is doing extra work often. She's just, honestly, she's a competitor. She's out there to be the best that she can possibly be for herself and for her teammates. But I do think Allie probably leads. I mean, she's had a 12 draw game and a 10 draw game. So as a freshman to come in and just make that kind of statement, I think says a lot for her as a person and for the people surrounding her. I think Nikki is, probably Nikki goes unnoticed sometimes as far as what she does, but to be able to have a drawer who can pretty much put it into Ellie's stick or into Ashton's stick or right near them, that's just amazing. And Nikki has embraced that role and just honestly has put in the time to get better at that role.
Yeah, you mentioned Nikki. She's really dominated that circle this year, winning face-off, or draws, excuse me, too. Whether it's Ashton, Kylie, Allie, it feels like that unit is really starting to get their chemistry and roll down the season. How does that kind of progress the offense, and how does it get you guys going, whether it's in transition or defensively? What does it add to have Emmy, Allie, so many people available to kind of win those draws for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think we have a lot of other people too who, we've put Reagan on the circle, we've put Kelsey on the circle. It's really all just about your mindset. Yeah, there is some obviously technical pieces to it, but when Nikki's putting it where you can get there in 2 steps and scoop it up, it's really just about battling the other person next to you and winning that personal battle.
And you already mentioned a little bit of Fort Lewis took that next step, and you talked about it a little bit with trying to prevent, or maybe not necessarily prevent, but make sure that you guys get the best performance out of yourselves and limit that second effort from CSU Pueblo and Westminster. What's going to be kind of the key for you guys for this week to make sure that you're playing some of your best lacrosse Wednesday and Sunday?
I'd say probably just staying to our level, knowing that what we can do and fighting for the full 60 minutes, like regardless of what's going on in the game.
I think another big thing and something I do live off of, like as a goalie, it's like remembering it's okay to make mistakes. It's just like making sure how like we're working our butt off to like get back from that and just like exploit the mistakes that they do. So just, yeah.
And I'm actually blanking on this one for just a moment, but with Westminster coming in tomorrow, what's kind of the week look like for you guys? Because I think this is the second or third week in a row where you've had a midweek game and then have to play again on the weekend. What's it kind of like going through that process of having a game Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then having to play again, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
I kind of like it. I think it's fun. The more games that we get to play. Honestly, it's not really, we just go out and play our game and then go do it again. So it doesn't really matter what day we play. It's just we do the same thing. So
I'm kind of with TJ on that. Like it hasn't really been too big of a challenge there. I think it's fun to have those back-to-back games sometimes.
Yeah, you only get 17 opportunities to play, and you get a lot of practices.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to have, like, you can't play without another team. You just be playing yourself, which is practice, as we say. So, I think a lot of what has helped them, we've been working with, as I mentioned earlier in one of the sessions, Tiff Jones, but also we work with Bo and Liz Hansen, athlete assessment, and I think they're a lot about culture and about accountability and ownership and understanding, like, this is what's in front of you. You get the choice of how you're going to attack it. And so I think these guys, the team has done a really great job of just being like, hey, another road trip, whatever, we'll have fun on the bus and we'll get there, we'll get the job done and move on to the next challenge. So.
And then you guys have 3 more home games remaining in the regular season. And even not a ton of upperclassmen or seniors on this roster, but with the 4 that are realistically probably graduating in May, how do you kind of want to end these last 3 home games, and how do you want to send them off prior to the automatic tournament, obviously, but regular season wise, how do you want to kind of send them off and give them their last couple of home games?
Well, it'd be nice to win, but I think maybe just playing the best that we can, like good 4 games that we can come away from and be like, yeah, well, that was the best game that we've all played as a team, just for them, like their last home games.
A big thing for us recently has been just playing for each other and learning to have fun on the field. Like, it's, at the end of the day, it is a game, and like just enjoying the time that we have left with each other, because they are great people, and like we'll miss them next year for sure.
And then my last one is with Westminster tomorrow, what needs to happen to pull that game out and grab another win this season?
Just doing all the little things right and just working hard together as a team.
I think if we can start off strong and get that first punch out and just keep it for the rest of the game, that'll help us get that win tomorrow.
All right, couple rapid fire.
Oh, jeez.
They're fun ones. Okay, Easter edition. Chocolate eggs or chocolate bunnies?
Chocolate eggs.
I say chocolate bunnies.
Cadbury mini eggs. Dark chocolate.
Peeps or no peeps?
I don't know what peeps are.
For the marshmallow chick things.
Oh, yes. No, I haven't had that.
Not that big of a fan, to be honest.
No peeps.
All right, Easter egg hunts or egg dyeing?
Easter egg hunts.
Easter egg hunts.
We had an Easter egg hunt on the road. So you can check out our Instagram for pictures.
All right, and then what was your favorite family Easter tradition that you did?
My dad's grocery store would close down on Good Friday and would go do an Easter egg hunt inside the store.
Probably brunch with my family and just cooking. That'd be fun.
Eating candy.